Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. Today is Wednesday, the 17th of January, 2024. Precisely is about 11:25 a.m. here in Phoenix, Arizona. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV once again. If you are joining us from anywhere in these United States, I want to welcome you. If you are in the East Coast, I want to say good afternoon. In the Midwest, I want to say good afternoon, stay. And of course, if you are in the West Coast, whether it's Southwest or Northwest, wheresoever you are, where it's in the morning, I want to say good morning. And those of you watching us from Asia, whether it's South Korea, North Korea, whether it's China, anywhere where it's in the morning, we want to say good morning. And of course, if you're in Australia, we want to say good morning to all of you. And I want to say thank you for following SKTV. I want to encourage you to share the show. Today is another stimulating conversation, especially when it comes to Liberia and Liberian politics. Today we are going to be discussing what we call open mic. Open mic means that we discuss everything. Nothing is off limit. Nothing is off the table as long as you remain within the confines of our platform. I want to welcome all of you once again. I want to say thank you for joining SKTV. And I want to encourage you to share the show while we play SKTV Sun. We consider that as one of the most beautiful songs right now around the planet because it speaks volume about SKTV. Enjoy it.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clear body, so I'm back on you. I can't ask you to be menu. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I know. And you love me. The more I know what it is.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise from there. The work with my life without fear.
I lyrical healthy.
Master.
Clear body so make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love family. The more I get you. What is that?
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Liberia ya tumale, esta TV, ena Liberia, tosi wako maya tumale.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do.
So we want to say thank you very much to all of you for joining SKTV once again. Let me take this time to welcome all of you, if not most of you, at least for those of you who have said something on the live feed. Helena Kekula, welcome to SKTV. Batike is Unita, welcome to SKTV. Elizabeth Bowen, welcome to SKTV. Yvonne Abigail Adigibi, welcome to SKTV. Regional Wilson, welcome to SKTV. George Young, welcome to SKTV. Asata Docent, welcome to SKTV. James Davis, Game Jason, and Eleanor Davis, King Ashford Wright, Ernestine Bernard, and Emmanuel, welcome to SKTV. Marie Brett. I mean, all of you, you got to share the show. You got to share the show, everybody. I'm seeing a lot of people joining us in the last few minutes. So please go ahead and share the show. Spencer McLean, welcome to SKTV. Nathaniel Savvy, welcome to SKTV. What is that? Monston Boy, welcome to SKTV. Jatu Kupo. A lot of people joining us in the last few minutes. Go ahead and share the show, everybody. Share the show. We are going to start this conversation in the next few minutes. You know, we have a lot going on in our country, Liberia. A whole lot going on. I want to encourage everybody to go ahead and share the show. Yeah, somebody's asking whether today's topic is GNB. Maybe you don't read. Yeah, today's topic is open mic. What's on your mind? You want to talk about Joseph Boakai? That's fine. You want to talk about Joseph Biden? That's fine. You want to talk about Barack Obama? You know, anybody want to talk about? You want to talk about economy? You want to talk about politics? whatever you want to talk about. So you are here on an open mic. So yes, Boniface Colley, welcome to SKTV from North Dakota. And those of you who have shared the show, I want to say thank you. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and share the show. So today, since somebody is concerned about what the topic today, I personally, I have a lot on my mind. Precisely, I have a serious question on my mind as to whether or not the Unity Party came into this election ready. Whether or not they actually expected to win the election. You heard me clearly. I am not sure whether Unity Party actually expected to have won the election or whether they were ready to take the mantle of power in terms of governance, in terms of leadership, in terms of direction for our country. It's almost like a replica of what we saw, with the CDC. What we are saying is not a good sound. Whether it's from bribery, from taking money here and there, sharing money loosely, whether it's about the incoming government being the one creating or being the vanguard of all the controversy, creating distraction, going to court, threatening to go to court, playing politics to sue people. I mean, all kinds of things. When you're supposed to be the government that's supposed to come to power. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just concerned. We saw on news that the incoming ruling party, through its chairman and the Secretary General, sued Fanatic Kufa and the Election Commission about citizenship, about dual citizenship. I kind of asked myself, I said, well, what is going on here? Because Fanatic Kufa being in the Liberian politics for a very long time, and Fanatic Kufa have served as Deputy Speaker for years now. So since when Joseph Boakai and his Unity Party noticed that Fanatic Kufa had dual citizenship? This is so glaring and pointing to what we have said in the past. You know, when they said they would do everything and anything because it's politics. That is exactly what is playing out. When we said that Joseph Boakai was the ringleader for all the tribalists in Liberia, it is coming to pass. Mong, welcome, my brother.
What's up, Sekou? And what's up to the listening audience, as always, on SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia, another day. And we are here to give you quality information, unbiased and unfiltered, as always. Thanks.
But, Mom, something happened. The information about Joseph Boakai, Unity Party, and Unity Party suing Fanati Kufa on the argument of having dual citizenship. I thought we already passed that.
No, we ain't passed that yet. We about to see how they are going to govern. We always say it on this show. And you got some radical and extremists that will be giving power, some bigots, tribal bigots. It's just an example. I tell people this new diaspora versus the local thing is the modern version of Congo versus native, and people just don't get it. That's why our society thrives, and we always thrive on division. We never look at the best. We never aspire to the best. We always looking for the worst case scenario to bring each other down. I mean, I'm not a fan of Fanatic Kofa, but if you are telling me this is the best way to go after the speakership, then I don't know why. And people will not make this move without the blessing and consent of Joseph Nyimam Boakai, because he's a ringleader. You see, it's almost like a repeat of what happened in the CPP. I told people, yeah, you can blame Costa and the Euro for bringing all the instability in the CPP. Had it not been with a blessing and consent of Joseph Boakai, they wouldn't have been brave to even make such a move. Joseph Boakai is the kingpin behind all these moves. And that's just where it is. People made a choice. He's the president-elect now, so we just have to live with the consequences and see how things play out now that CDC is controlling the lower house.
So what about the idea of you going to court? Isn't that a recipe for distraction?
To bad in time, maybe.
So let's say if Joseph Boakai or Unity Party actually went to court on the basis of dual citizenship, then we are about to see a lot of lawsuits.
Yeah, for sure, because I know a bunch of them are dual citizen. So if you're going after Fanatic Kofa, you're just setting the wrong precedent, because it goes both sides, from Unity Party side and the CDC side. But I think it's just part of the playbook. They know the challenges, because any government that is serious to bring about results, this will not be your first move, because you know you got a lot of economic challenges to face with, that you are faced with. So starting up the administration with a court and lawsuit, I just think it's a distraction, and maybe it's part of their playbook to distract the voters. Maybe they know that they will not be able to deliver on their promises, and this is just one means to distract the Liberian people, because who will want to take on this fight at this early stage? You don't know what you're going to inherit. You're looking at the economic situation. You got higher expectation. People think that you're going to deliver, and the first thing you want to come up with is either some corruption scandal, giving lawmaker money, and then you're talking about the Fanatic Kofa incident. So I don't know why they decided to pick it to choose this route, but who knows? We'll see.
So could we also see people now throwing those lawsuit about people with questionable citizenship? I mean, with questionable nationality.
It will be the new trend. If you're going to go after the speaker, if you are brave enough to take on the speaker-elect, then why would people hold back? He got his allies too. He got the people that control the lower house. They are in majority. And like I said, Unity Party were the one that were in power for 12 years, and most of the people got citizenship. They were the one that traveled, came overseas, got foreign education. So what make you think Fanatic Kofa allies are going to stand back and let this thing fly? No, they won't stand for that as well. So like I said, it's more of a distraction thing. I don't think people who want to start the administration in this way. we are screwed up as a country.
I can just imagine that Liberia will be reduced
to this.
Yeah. So, didn't they speak to the fact that when we said Joseph Boaga was the ringleader, the king of all tribalists, why would you sit back and allow? Maybe we can't even say sit back. Probably he's the one, the engineer. He's the one, the architect of all of these. Why would you allow your government, incoming government, to be introduced to the Liberian people as a bunch of tribalists and bunch of confused, discriminatory group of people? How is that important to the governing process of our country? This man served or has been serving in the Liberian legislature. In fact, they are even saying that the man should be kicked out of the legislature. For what? Because you did not win the man in the vote? How are you going to govern like this? How are you going to start with a fight? And this is not even a good fight, a necessary fight. What do you want to start your government with a fight? Do you know how many people that will feel attacked under this kind of, behavior? Do you know how many Liberians that are here that are resourceful, that have American citizenship? Do you know how many other Liberians in other part of the world, whether it's in Europe, whether it's Australia? I thought we already passed this. I thought the Constitution says once you are a natural born Liberian, you remain a Liberian forever. Even the so-called dual citizenship law that they wanted to pass the last time, they want to talk about presidency and vice presidency and Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Defense or Justice or whatever. I'm not sure even the speakership was there or deputy speakership. But even at that, the Supreme Court came out with an opinion saying that once you are a Liberian, natural born Liberian, you remain a Liberian regardless. So where are they coming from with this kind of distraction? Do they have anything to offer to Liberia at all? So, Mom, my question to you now, if this is going to be their MO out of the door, oneness, should we brace ourselves for? Even before the inauguration. Oneness. So, Monk, I don't know if you are there. My question to you now.
I'm here.
My question to you now. You think the Liberian people should sit back and do nothing about this? They should just allow the process to play? Or Liberians, voters should actually be outreach and take action on these guys, that they don't know what they are doing. They don't know anything. This guy been elected for a long time. He's been serving, and he even served as deputy speaker.
Deputy speaker.
For how long? And then now you going to sue the man for not being a Liberian?
Yeah.
What kind of country is this? But you think Liberian people should just stay by and allow this process to play out, or they should actually take action?
They will sit back as always. Matter of fact, they are the chief agitators anyways. Sekou, look at how our people vote in Liberia. So if you are the president and you want to be a divisive president, why make you think there will be any pushback from the voter themselves? The voter themselves, the way how the vote tells you that they themselves are divisive. That's why I say if you are in Liberia or if you are a Liberian and somehow think that Liberia is going to be better, then it means you got to be one of the biggest comedians on the planet, because it will just never happen. All the structure are in place to make sure that Liberia doesn't grow. From the voters to the people that are elected to public offices, the system, everything is divisive. Whether it's the locals versus diaspora, whether it's Congo versus native, whether it's dual citizenship, you can say, look, Sekou, why would you think on Nema County were voting such a man? Look at the southeastern region. how they voted. Look at Norfolk County. It's the same old thing. So how do you expect for the very same voter that has shown to be divisive, we expect their leaders to do something opposite? It would not happen. I just said.
Yeah, but the thing is, during the election, we understand the Liberians vote on tribal line, sectional line, religious line. That's how divided we are. But with the understanding that we are all Liberians, everybody's supporting their own. That is the understanding, or if you will, a conventional wisdom. But to discriminate against another Liberian, stating that they are not Liberian, with some bogus reason, that is just unbelievable. So now, those who were arguing with us when we said Joseph Boakai was a tribalist and a devastated figure, somebody just said, and I couldn't agree more, that Joseph Boakai, that Unity Party should change their name from a Unity Party to a divided party, a divisive party. Why would you want to divide Liberians? Knowing this man is from there, knowing that this man is the born natural citizen. This man been serving in government. This man served as a chairman of the Liberty Party in the past. This man served. So the same people now that are caucusing with the Unity Party, that they call Unity Party Alliance, are they going to sit by and allow this kind of discriminative behavior to pass or to continue?
You know, it's not only Joseph.
What about those of them that got their children in here?
Yeah.
What about those of them that also born their children here? I know many of these politicians in Liberia, when their wives are pregnant, they send them here to born their children just to be American. So that means those children got no place in Liberia. So those of us that live here now, born children here, our children, they don't have a part to play in our country. So what about those that came here? They were born in Liberia, grew up in Liberia, but they came here either because of the war or for opportunity. They too, they don't have a place in Liberia. Now, it seems like not only those that actually involved with politics, but a lot of the commoners, a lot of common people in Liberia, they have the same kind of envy minds, jealous mind towards the diaspora Liberians. And, you know, what is on my mind today, I wanted to talk about, plan to talk about, then when I saw this other distraction, was that when Liberians in the diaspora will stand up to demand our lawmakers to make sure that Liberians in the diaspora, not only America, have the opportunity to vote like other countries around the world, including some African countries. Right here next door, Guinea. When Guineans are voting in Guinea, Guineans in America, and everywhere around the world, they'll vote. That was the topic I really wanted to talk about today. But if you can discriminate against a Liberian who have served or who continue to serve at the highest level to cushion the citizenship of that person, speaks volume. It means that we are actually gearing towards a total chaos. Because you know what? Somebody can go to and sue Joseph Boakai and say Joseph Boakai is not a Liberian. Your argument would be Joseph Boakai being serving as vice president of all the positions. What about Phnom Kofa? Somebody can go and sue Joseph Boakai that we should rescind the election. Joseph Boakai is from Sierra Leone. Somebody can say that. What will you say? What will you say? This is ridiculous. We shouldn't be going on these routes. It's not healthy for our country. It's not healthy for our politics. It destroyed our politics. It destroys everything that we stand for. So, Mon, if I will ask you, you think United Party alliance, so-called alliance, will accept and follow this trend? The other parties, not talking about United Party, no, the other parties that are actually working. For example, ACO supported Joseph Boakai in the second round. ACO is predominantly Muslim and Mandingo. And we all know that Mandingos have been the victim of systematic tribalism in that country. Are they going to support Joseph Boakai Unity Party engaging in the broad day tribalism and divisiveness? Do you think other political parties, other level-headed people that are aligning themselves with Joseph Boakai and the Unity Party, do you think they will fall for these things?
Well, it will be up to them to come up and vehemently reject this particular move because it's a bad precedent. You know, one of the things in Liberia is we don't know when to play politics. You know, the thing about politics is like a sport. Whether it's about policy, we share fundamental differences and idea. But there are certain moves that you make in politics that affect the entire country. It doesn't matter because it's rotational. It might be Unity Party today. But if you are taking such a precedent, then it means that moving forward, even if Unity Party is off the stage, it's not still better for Liberia. You see, you're planting the seed for discourse, you're planting the seed for division into the future. So whether it's the ACOP, whether it's the COP, or the CPP, whether it's Liberty Party, their political leader might as well come out now and reject this whole idea because this is just not the way to go. And don't forget, Kofa's job is an elected position. So if you are going to wrestle the speakership from someone that was elected, think about an appointed position. Why would we want to go this route? Why are we a country that needs all the help in the world that is at the lower spectrum of the Human Development Index be discriminating against certain people because they found themselves in certain part of the world? When in fact, most of the same people you see that are protesting against Kofa today, secretly they carry American passport. They come here to buy properties. They send their children here for school. They send their women here to come and give birth so that children can carry American passport in the future. So the question you ask yourself, if you are making such a move, then why would you want to discriminate against people from overseas? Only a fool would do that. Because technically, these guys, you know, they think been happening from the day of Madame Salif. That's how they came up with that narrative that the people from the diaspora that were in the government were the one causing the problem, when in fact, the bulk of them came from Liberia, except for a few individuals. But our people now, we are getting to the point where our people back home now, they see that are the common enemy, and they think that you are just a cash cow. That for economic reasons, they can make phone calls to you, whether it's about their medical bill, whether it's about feeling, whether it's about their children's school fee. But when it comes to benefit from your own country, no, they don't want you there. That's the territory we are marching into right now. And Unity Party, with this second term, maybe they are trying to gradually slow walk out into that process, and we are seeing the markup already. Why will a president-elect try to start on this kind of a footing with all the challenges? We knew what went on in Georgia for 6 years. Who won this kind of a drama? I mean, there will always be a fight in politics, but there are some fights that just not worth it. It's not necessary. Who want to take on this fight at this early stage in the game with this kind of a distraction? But like I said, it's politics, and who knows? Maybe they got their own playbook. They know what they are doing. It's not by mistake. Because I know any serious president that want to bring about result, he will not be going after people with passport. That's not the most important thing in Liberia. Who will want to do that? People need jobs. People need education. People need access to healthcare. Who want to start out with wrestling the speakership because Fanatic Kofa carries an American passport? And you cannot change the constitution, whether you like it or not. I don't know how the judges are going to rule on that, but at the end of the day, a naturalized Liberian remain a natural born Liberian until he or she dies. I don't know. Maybe they can tweak it around, but at the end of the day, there is nothing you can change. Fanatic Kofa is a bona fide 100% Liberian in spite of how many passports he carry in your suitcase. Georgia carried 3 passports and you made him president. Why you didn't raise the alarm? Georgia is an American. He carried a French passport. You know, people don't pay attention to details in Liberia. You see the title, they call it Ballon d'Or, the European Footballer of the Year. The reason people like Diego Maradona or Kimpelli they never won a title because they were never European citizens. You have to be a European to be elected. To be crowned European Footballer of the Year. When we are received his French citizenship in 1994, that's why he was able to become a Ballon d'Or winner in 1995. So we are carried 3 passports, but all of a sudden, Fanatic Kofa is he's the target now, and this goes to everybody in the diaspora. It might be Fanatic Kofa today, but there will be more people that will follow in the same beat. That's just what it is.
I'm seeing trouble coming in my country. And I think Joseph Boakai will not be able to govern in peace. And I think they were not ready. I think they were not prepared. And I believe, on all indication, based on their behavior, it seems like they're still not ready. They don't even know how to go about this whole governing process. Other than that, if you have priorities, you will not allow yourself to be distracted like they are doing right now. If you have priorities, they just want to embark on a fight, create that sense of confusion, and so that people can say, well, we started, the fight, and you are the one creating the fight, unnecessary fight at that rate.
And so somebody just posted that they withdrew the case. I'm seeing a comment here from one Jonathan Banks. He said United Party has withdrawn the case against Fanatic Kofa. So maybe that's a breaking news or something that just happened.
I think that would be good for them.
Yeah.
that would be the best thing they could do. Because I mean, it's so. But okay, what happened in the first place? Why it happened? Why? So they didn't do their due diligence. They never talked to each other. They never consulted each other. So why would you want to go on that kind of route in the first place? Because the thing is, in Liberia, as we always say, if you haul rope will haul bush. In Liberia, everybody got some issue going on, including Joseph Boakai himself. He has a questionable background when it comes to citizenship of Liberia. So now people were going to say, well, you know what, let's sue Joseph Boakai too. Because he says Sierra Leonean. In some area, he says Guinean. We don't even know his true nationality, but he was brought in Liberia by his uncle, whose name he's carrying right now. So people could also sue Joseph Boakai. That's why the fact that Joseph Boakai already served as vice president for 12 years, for all the positions he has served. You see how it's bad to be stupid? If you bring stupidity, then people will take it to you, and then you will get confused. You get lost in transition because you don't even know which way to go. Good thing is that we are hearing now that they withdrew it. If that is true, that is a good way to go. So my other thing that I wanted to talk about today, Monk, I think it's possible for Liberia to allow her citizens around the world to participate, fully participate, legally participate in our elections.
We've been when we started the whole Facebook stuff, we had this when they had the teams in the discussion like, bro, we talked about it when Guinness first took that step in that direction, right? We told people, if the people were complaining, oh, it's about transparency. I said, man, in America here, we got system here. I say if Liberians were voting overseas, I think the process would be even more secure and safe than the person voting over there. Because whether you carry a green card or you carry an American passport, it shows your country of origin. And you are not going to be voting 2 or 3 places. You're not going to be doing voter trucking in America here. People will just assemble at their local precinct and places that they're supposed to vote and cast the ballot. Matter of fact, you have a way to track it. You can even announce the result within few minutes because everything here is internet. I mean, Guinea did it. It's a very easy and very cheap process. But unfortunately, maybe they are just afraid that people in the diaspora, the vast majority, holds different view. So they might not go with the flow and it might not benefit them in the long run. Because if you have done it here, my man, we got bigger cities here. You can do Central America, or in the middle of the country, whether it's Minnesota. Minnesota has the highest population. You could use a Philadelphia or somewhere around the DMV area for the East Coast. People could drive a few hours and go and cast the ballot. Maybe you could choose, you can look at Arizona, California, and other Midwestern or Western states, and you get 4 or 5 locations throughout the country, and people can execute and do their stuff. It will be easier. But for some reason, Sekou, these kind of ideas don't fly in Liberia. The kind of a story we are talking about, what people want to hear, these kind of things don't happen. But they are possible. As a matter of fact, it's cheaper to conduct election here. It's very easy in terms of the resources. You can do it and give results in real time. The question is, are they going to buy into the idea? It's not something they are going to buy into. Maybe you can have people pushing. Maybe the diaspora need to be more engaging, like bro, and start taking on some meaningful projects, because we are getting to the stage that if we cannot stand up for ourselves, man, we might end up losing the status in our own country. Because you're seeing the trend that has been formed already. You're seeing where they are trying to implement. So if the diaspora can go beyond this, just throwing money in the country, we are getting something almost like taxation or representation. That's why it is. I mean, if people can do it, why not Liberians? We got a huge population of Liberians in America here. Minnesota alone, I don't know. I think it was the last time, I don't know what, 38 or 40,000 just around the Twin Cities and the metro. I'm not talking about the whole state. So think about the Philadelphia and the New Jersey and the New York and the DC area. They got Liberians that could have a say in the outcome of election. But unfortunately, we don't push for these things. And whenever
I think when we start the fight, I think we can get something out of it. Because the thing is, Darius DeLong is now the Senate chairman for foreign affairs. So Darius DeLong gets some connections here.
That's the wrong man you want to start out with, because he's a crusader. He's an anti-dual citizenship.
Exactly.
Yes,
I know. He used to be.
So, yeah.
He used to be, but he's the one that travels here all the time. And he benefited from diaspora Liberians more than any other lawmaker in recent time. And Madas that actually raised a lot of money for Darius DeLong. Madas is here in the United States. Everybody that is participating in MADA, they are from here. So DeLong should take the initiative to sponsor or co-sponsor a bill that will grant Liberians the opportunity to vote, to take part in the decision making of our country. Cyrus, welcome. How you doing?
Yeah, so Mr. Khan, yes, I'm good. Thank God for life. And let me say good evening to all our SKTV followers. Let me say good evening to you, Mr. Khan, and to my boss, President Monk, namesake Cyrus. Yeah, so I'm good, Chief.
Yeah, so we just heard that the lawsuit that was filed by the Unity Party, that we withdrew the lawsuit. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I'm aware of the withdrawal of the United Party lawsuit. The question is, what is the intent?
But why it happened in the first place? Why it happened in the first? So now anybody can also, go and sue Joseph Boakai, saying that Joseph Boakai, by deliberation, he said he came to Liberia, to his uncle, and that is uncle name he's carrying right now. That is not even his real name. So anybody sue Joseph Boakai to and say, you know what, I don't even trust he's a Liberian. I mean, we gotta go. So I mean, it's not going to be another distraction, but I think since they have already started, they have set a precedent. Can anybody do the same thing? And then maybe later on you can change your mind to withdraw it, but yeah, you can create some distraction. Joseph Boakai is now a Liberian citizen.
Of course, Mr. Khan, everybody has right to the court. I mean, the United Party started this, and I think it was on a political intent. But for some reason, you see this thing about this dual citizenship, you see where United Party wanted to start. It's something that they could not end because literally all the leaders of this country has dual citizenship. So if you telling us that you don't want Fanatikoba to be speaker because he has a dual citizenship, or he got two, he had two citizenship, then literally all the folks within the United Party, they too have dual citizenship. And I think the reason they withdraw this whole thing is because the thing is.
So hold on one second. So if that's the case now, right? If that is the case now, why they allow Fanati Kofa to go through the process of election between they and the Unity Party guy? So only when they are defeated, they realize that, oh, in fact, the men are citizen.
Yeah, but it was just what I said was that particular lawsuit came from a political intent to get rid of Fanatikofa, because the thing is, they know that the CDC has the lower house, and that's where all the bill come from. So I mean, the United Party know that they will face, I mean, a rough time when it comes to the lower house. So the thing is, the United Party wanted to control the three branches of government at once, just as the CDC did for the last 6 years. And they saw that that was not working with the lower house, and it was just political to get rid of Fanatikofa to show strength and to show strength, and that was just it. So, Mr. Cannon, the thing is, with this, I think this withdrawal came from a pushback from the CDC, because if you pushing the speaker, the non-speaker, Fanatikofa, who is from the CDC, or who is from the CDC angle, who won, with a wide margin, and you know that the CDC will not sit back in terms of dual citizenship, the CDC too will start kicking, because a lot of our leaders in Liberia got dual citizenship. So it's something that I think all Liberians got right, especially when it comes to the diaspora in Liberia. These are the people who spend millions of dollars every year to contribute to the national budget. So I don't think putting stop to these people, you definitely telling now, okay, remove your hand from Liberia business. And with these people removing their hand from Liberia business, where are we going to be? Where will the economy? Because diaspora and Liberian contribute immensely every year to the national economy of this country. So I think with the withdrawal of this particular lawsuit from the United Party, it came out of a political intent, because definitely the CDC was going to fight back. The CDC will fight back. And when the CDC fight back, literally all of our leaders.
You think this will end our fight? The fight will continue. It doesn't mean when you decide, when you're in the ring fighting, when you decide not to fight, that doesn't mean I can't fight.
Mr. Kana, if the United Party keep pushing, the thing is, there are a lot of the United
I'm not
Party
saying United Party though. What I'm saying, United Party may not continue to push, but that doesn't mean other parties should not push or should not continue to fight them for creating this nightmare. Because whatever they created right now is going to create a lot of problems in the minds of many Liberians.
Right? Yes.
With this, so now other people are going to say, you know what? The best defense is offense. Instead of waiting for the United, we don't know what next. What step the United Party is going to take next? So the best way to deal with them is to go after them instead of you waiting for them to come after you. So I'm saying, by this stopping or withdrawing this lawsuit, that may not be the end of this kinds of thing, because they already started it. It could be the beginning.
And I will tell you, if the United Party keep pushing this whole dual citizenship, then a lot of their people will definitely be affected, because, like I said, a lot of our leaders in this country got dual citizenship, Mr. Conley. They got 2 passports. So if the United Party think that's something that they can push, and I know the CDC will not sit back, the CDC will want to hit back harder. So that's something that we should anticipate.
So you think ordinary Liberian will actually support the idea of diaspora Liberians supporting, voting in the electoral process in Liberia? You think common citizens they will embrace the idea?
Of course, they have to. The Liberians in Liberia have to, Mr. Cannon. The thing is, I think this needs proper education. This is something that the government needs to take very seriously, because it requires proper education to teach the Liberian people the constitution. And this is the reason I think the government needs to see it, necessary to bring back civics, because civics used to teach a lot of Liberians about the constitution, the fundamental law of our country, that people will be familiar with the organic law that guard Liberia. But since civics were taken out of school, you notice that Liberians are ignorant to a lot of things. And I think this government needs to educate a lot of people, and it's necessary that Liberians take part in every electoral process in this country, because Liberians in the diaspora are the one who contribute immensely to the Liberian to the national economy every year. So it's necessary, and this is where Liberian came from. This is where you came from. This is where President Monk came from. I think every Liberian has the right. You might have citizenship. You might have citizenship in America, but Liberia is where your heart is. This is the reason every other day you leave your busy schedule to be on SKTV to educate a lot of Liberians in and out of Liberia. So I think it is your right. That is your God-given right as a Liberian to participate in whatever that is going on in this country. And no matter what Liberians say, they will not. They frustrated on how Liberians are going, how Liberians make decisions, but still, you people, your heart is always on the ground. So you got right. That is your God-given right. So I don't think that's something that should be taken away from you.
So President Monk, you and I, we have experience when it comes to Liberians' reaction, including directly along when the whole issue of dual citizenship came out. So do you think Liberians in Liberia, ordinary Liberians, some of whom they have brainwashed them, that allowing dual citizenship, allowing Liberians to participate in our electoral process, they will come, they will take your job, they will take the job away from you, and they will take everything. They have the opportunity to go to America. They get most of them got degree, they got this, they got that. They already have opportunity, and allowing them to come and participate here, they will be taking away a lot from you. So like they make it look like they're gonna create some sort of divide between Liberians in the diaspora and Liberians in Liberia, as if being in the diaspora that makes you or less of a Liberian. So their mindset is created, making it to look like those in Liberia are the real Liberians, other that have the opportunity to travel for whatever reason, whatever opportunity, reason, or because of the word, those people are less of a Liberian, maybe, if you will, second-class Liberians. So you think with that mindset being created, you think Liberians in Liberia will actually embrace the idea of Liberians in the diaspora having the right to vote?
It's all about messaging and education. It's one of the reasons we tell people when you come to SKTV, do your best to support SKTV. I tell people in the diaspora, there is a war that's been waged against you for more than 10 plus years. It started from Madam Saliva administration. The Unity Party is just making it to go mainstream, and because for the first time we're seeing the government that was elected, we want to take this route to rise to the speakership. But actually, it's a war. It's a cultural warfare that somehow, that because the war or either reason or for economic reason that you are able to travel, sometimes you are this fringe element to the average Liberian that is on ground. That's what politicians want to create, because they think that it plays to their advantage. You see, I have never traveled to any country, whether it's Ghana or anywhere else. Everybody always embrace people from overseas. You would never see a local Ghanaian discriminating against another Ghanaian because he came from London or he came from Germany or America. They embrace these people because they believe these people contribute immensely and everybody's going to benefit. But it tells you the mindset of a country that tells that a country that is not about to go anywhere and is not even thinking about making progress. Because you are talking about lawmakers here. These are the people that set the agenda for a society. So they are literally telling you that technically they have no intention of even growing the private sector. The assumption that everybody coming to look for government job, and somehow the people from the diaspora will eat their lunch. So it tells the common man that the same people who we are electing to public offices, they have no good intention for you. Because when people talk about diaspora, people talk about things like investment, people think about businesses, people talk about partnership, people talking about idea that will end up benefiting the regular person in Liberia. But for the politician, no, nobody can play around a cookie jar. So they want to protect their business model. You know, it was one of the reasons I'll tell people, you see, that one of the reasons I was pushing for my Chairman Yato, because we need representation in the legislature. And the Liberians overseas need to have a real representation, not just coming and talking, but we need, maybe it ain't got to be a political party, but maybe something like a pressure group to get people with certain idea and push this agenda that the locals will be able to say, you know what, ain't as much that politicians want to make it like a wedge between the people overseas and us here. We got people over there who are seeking the best interest of Liberia. Like Cyrus, let's say, Sekou, why would you want to leave your daily schedule in the heart of an inflation, 40 years inflation in America, to come on the show every day to inform and educate people? Because you know your heart, as much as you're in America, your heart is back home. That's why I tell people, the politicians understand this thing. You know, the assumption that because of the high living standard and because of the tough times in Liberia, not too many Liberians pay attention to the day-to-day issue. That's why they always target people in the diaspora, because diaspora follow the issue on ground. We always concern what's happening, why it's not right. They believe that the criticism of governance comes mostly from the diaspora. So the diaspora poses a risk to them. They want to continue that system, and people here won't take that. And see, I tell folks all the time, there will be people who will come to the diaspora who want to go with the same system. But the vast majority of people in the diaspora, by virtue of the fact that we live in an advanced society, we do and see things differently. We want something different for the country. And to the average politician down there, no, they don't want the country making progress. They want it that way because they are the one that benefits the most. So they brainwash the local people, our people there, to make it seem like, you know what, the people overseas are the potential danger, when in fact, they who are on the ground pose the biggest threat to the country agenda. That's just why it is. So everything they will do, they always try to discriminate against people overseas because they believe we are the one that following the laws. We are the one that want to make sure things is done. We are the one that want balance in government. We are the one that want a level playing field. I'm not saying that people on ground don't follow this thing, but the people in the diaspora follow issues on ground religiously than people that are on the ground. I told people, I asked one of my homeboys, I said, when Magio came and made that donation to the, I know, EULA or whatsoever, how many people in Liberia at the time did that Magio made a donation to EULA? It were people overseas that followed that program religiously that were able to tell that, you know what, this is not right and this is not a good way to go. But unfortunately, that's a situation we find ourselves in. The diaspora needs to stand up. We need to have a major radio and TV station. We need to start having representation in government. That's the only way we can have an impact. Or else we will talk here from now to Judgment Day and nothing will happen. We need to start making some phone calls to some lawmakers, forming a caucus on an alliance that will be in the interest of the diaspora Liberia, and gradually people will come to the idea.
Yeah, you are 100% correct.
So Mr. Kane, just to add up, you see, like for example, Ghana, the diaspora in Ghana, diaspora and Ghanaians, they contribute, and the people that got strong voice within the government in our country. I'm telling you, the people got strong voice. They suggest, they put forth recommendation to their government. It's highly taken into consideration, and I think diaspora and Liberian need to do that as well, Mr. Kane, because the thing is, like Monk just said, diaspora Liberian will not sit in America and talk, and you expect the change to happen. You have to be on ground, and we still have a lot of conscious-minded young people still on ground here who has integrity, and we can form this allowance, and we can make a very great change in this country.
Yes, Cyrus, you're right. So speaking of the thing, I think Chairman Yato name was mentioned multiple times by Brazilian Monk. So Chairman Yato is on the line. He wants to contribute to this conversation. Hello, Chairman Yato, are you there?
I'm here. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. everything around for you.
Yeah, you are live on SKTV. Yeah, and our people are listening.
So I just want to thank you for discussing the topic. It is very, very important. We spent about 6 months drafting the most perfect bill that we thought. I just want to remind you that the bill came after the failure of the proposition. Liberia has never been a place, simple, where the overall interest of the country has been the primary concern of our leaders. That bill was drafted in 1972 by people in the House and the Senate who thought that Liberians who had traveled to the US, these progressives, they didn't want them to come back. But mind you, these are people who were they were the grandsons and daughters of immigrants. The first full president of Liberia was actually born outside the country. All of the leaders, Charlie King, they were direct descendants. But when indigenous folks started to attend religious schools in the US, 1972, that bill was drafted to restrict them and strip them of their citizenship. We thought that the failure of the proposition was going to be different, so we drafted a bill. I don't know why Fonati Kofa has never blown his own horn. Fonati was the only person joining with Akara's Gray that accepted the draft proposal from us, the ones in Liberian, always a Liberian group, and submitted that bill without altering a word. But when it got to the Senate, they were the intent. And I'm a person who will support somebody because either I know they're the right person or they share the same value system with me. You never heard me say this, but I was utterly disappointed with Dara's data. And it brought my only regret of supporting him when Dara's led the effort with Situma and Vani Sherman. So the bill went to the Senate. It went to the Senate Committee on Judiciary. Vani Sherman and Situma led a fight to incorporate those changes and restrictions. And we thought since Dara's introduced the bill in the Senate that he would have fought for us. But Dara's didn't even come back to us. Although 90% of the support that he had to become senator came from the diaspora.
Yep.
Did not come back to us. And Dara's joined, and his excuse was that all the people said they wanted. So you mean to tell me you'd have nothing to stand on? So they change and they alter the language in the bill. And what you see today is what came from that conference committee that was instigated by the Senate. So I don't expect anything. I told them that the rope that hang babon. A time has come. We're going to see who's violating that law, from the cabinet ministers to every potential person, when the economic impact of that bill is far greater than anything. Look, I read, and only 5%, 7% of diaspora Liberians will be elected to any office. So what are they afraid of? All the corrupt practices that went on in the House and the Senate, was it instigated by diaspora Liberians? Or it came from ingrown indigenous people? I'm saying it is simple. Monk said it best. We need a pressure group. And we can't support people on lip services, man. We need to support people who believe in what they say and what they do.
So my question to you, Chairman Yato, not to cut you off, do you think this is the right time for diaspora Liberians to push for the right to vote, to participate in our electoral process? Not only having pressure groups or having people elected there in Liberia, But let's start with our right here to vote. Do you think this is the right time for that? And do you think we can be successful if Liberians in the diaspora push for this?
But this bill solved that problem already.
Okay.
Look at Congo just had an election, and only about 14,000 people in the whole diaspora voted. So it was not an issue of us voting. So let me tell you what they did. They said, oh, by the way, you can support us. You can even come and vote for us, but you can never be voted for. That, I'm calling Darren's own bill, because he was the one who's supposed to be the eyes and the ears of the diaspora, but he didn't do it. Do you know that the disagreement between Darius and myself predicated on the fact that he betrayed that trust? And to justify that, he kept me in his office. When I went there to question why did he support that bill? Darius, you always vote no on issues that you don't support. Why do you vote no on this bill? So no, it's not voting. The bill covers the voting already. The bill covers our chipping already. But it says that if you were a dual citizen, you can vote in Liberia, or you can be voted for. You can support, you can give money. Mind you, if you're a dual citizen, the elections laws say that no foreigner should contribute a dime to Liberian elections. So if you don't recognize your citizenship, why are they saying that you can give them money?
Good question.
You see the trick of this bill?
Yeah.
If you are a foreigner, according to them, you're a foreigner. And the elections law say that you cannot give money, get money from foreigner to supervise your campaign. But yes, still, all of us that participate ask people in the diaspora to give us money. But if you're a foreigner, then why are they giving us money? So, it is not about an individual. The bill was wrong. It is before the courts. I think the Supreme Court will adjudicate on that. It is a bill that is wrong. I think the first step is this. We need to join the lawsuit, and then we need to go and enforce, let the court throw out that whole law. That once you're a Liberian, you're always a Liberian. And the people, whether it's elected office or appointed office, will decide. Mind you, to be a minister, it is not a right, it's a privilege. The president must appoint you, and the Senate must approve you. So, you want me to believe that a guy who is a U.S. citizen renounces his citizenship and he becomes defense minister, and there's a war between Liberia, which is laughable, and the U.S., that this guy all of a sudden will fight on Liberia's side? Who do you think get all the weapons and all of the support to us?
Yeah.
Why do you think the United States insisted that Prince Justin loses chairmanship if you are independent? There's no independence in it. It's just a way of depriving people of their right. But when you need their help, so why are they accepting money from the diaspora?
Anyway,
they're all foreigners. You see the point I'm trying to make?
yeah, I understand your point. So, Chairman Yato, what we at SKTV, we want you to have time so we can reintroduce this conversation and go into the bill, line by line, and educating and making our people to understand what is in it, so that we can start the process. It's important. So it means that you already answered my question. Not only this is the right time, but you also talk about the way we can go about it. So I want to say thank you. Unless you have anything else to add, other than that, I want to go to Steve, but you can go ahead and
Give me a couple of days, you can schedule something for the weekend, and I will give you two bills, the bill that was passed and the bill that was proposed.
And then in the meantime, I want you to send it to us. We will peruse it, and then while we go through it, while we wait the day to to have the conversation.
Thank you, Simple.
All right, thank you so much, Steve.
Yeah.
Welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thanks to the team. Thanks to Sarah. Thanks to Monk, and many thanks to our viewers and our listeners around the world. Would like to start off by saying, as always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Anytime I say that, my opinion, Sarah can be laughing. You already know what time it is. Yeah, you can
He can be laughing, or he can be smiling.
That's why I say that the bear.
Yeah, because the man like that. He may like that. He love that fish.
My boy Brazilian money, even though you're not on camera, but I know back there he rolling. You already know what time it is, bro. But there's a kind of few things that caught my attention. The Unity Party. Let me say this: it's starting off on a very wrong foot. But there is something that I said on Saturday that I want to repeat before I get into this conversation, because today's conversation will be a little deep. We'll continue on Friday. I said I'm very concerned that Thomas Fala and Fanatic Kofa were elected. I'm very, very concerned. Especially Thomas Fala. I'm concerned. Joseph Boakai knows Thomas Fala very well. Almost all the men in the hospital know Thomas Fala very well. Thomas Fala has been chairman for Ways and Means. Jeremiah Kuhn was his deputy. This is a huge conspiracy against the Liberian people. And what we are saying today on SKTV, the bigger picture will come to you very soon. This particular election was strategically done. Forget about all that they carry fanatic over to the court, and I want to get distraction. Folks, don't be carried away. Stay focused. Stay focused. They elected the same people that created the same damage from the house. And you say there will be change. Look, we are in for a long ride. If you have never seen anything before, you will see something this time around. This was strategically done, it was methodically done, and it was purposefully and deliberately done, Mr. Kane. There is no mistake in this. And as time goes by, you will unpin, we unravel, we will open up what we mean this was strategically done. Second of all, the issue of the lawsuit. Unity Party started on a wrong foot from a public perspective. Unity Party has lost twice bigly. First of all, they lost the speakership, which is a whole plan and a coordination, Mr. Kane. It's a syndicate. They know what they're doing. The Unity Party also taking Fanatic Kofa to court was also a distraction. Who the Unity Party, they didn't know that Fanatic Kofa was US citizen and all that. They knew it. And they supported him to be deputy speaker. They knew it. And they voted with Fanatic Kofa and what they got in buffer chamber throughout. They knew it. Don't be carried away by the thing. I get different tactics to bring in. They already know what they're doing. I want to say something to Senator Darius Dillon. I know you're watching. On SKTV, we were the very first people to predict that Stenton Wahala was coming. We were the first people to predict on SKTV. You know, most of the time, we don't take credit for some of the things that we do or we say to the Liberian people. We don't really take credit. But we were the first people to predict it. Let me say something to Senator Darius Dillon today. Let me say, open it to him so everybody must keep this recording. If Senator Darius Dillon takes time, he will be sanctioned. And yeah, if Senator Darius Dillon does not proceed, he will be on the next sanction list. A.B. Darius Dillon, you think, bro? You think you can play game beyond close and nobody know what's going on? People know what's going on. A.B. Darius Dillon. Let me tell you something, Senator Dillon.
So hold on. What happened?
Yeah. No.
I'm asking you now. Why you decided to
I just want to point on notice that
listen. I think the thing I'm just asking you, why you decided to talk about this today?
I decided to talk about it today because Senator Darius Dillon has officially been announced as the liaison, basically, of the Senate for international affairs Basically, that's what it means that he wrote. Basically.
Yeah, I'm talking about why you talk about it in public.
Well, the reason I talk about it in public is because, you know, when there are some things unfolding, when there are some things planning, when there are some things working out, when people have gathered, and we started talking about McGill and Tuede, how they will be, they should be very careful. Koji then, how they should be very careful. And we raise the alarm here, they think they cause us, they say we lie, we don't know what we're talking. folks, there are some things that people, some of these guys do behind closed doors and they come in public, you don't know about. These people play lots of games, but there are other people that are watching them. So I just wanted to announce to Senator Darius Dillon, but then the second part about Darius Dillon also, Senator Darius Dillon just told someone in the diaspora to hang themselves. He hasn't apologized yet. People that are supporting him, people that are passing around making excuses for him. You have not heard any one of them say anything about it. I won't see the face that he will come to America, to the diaspora to come talk with, but he get drafted. So I will see him come. I won't see it. And he get a road now. And he get a committee now. I bought on him. I want to say congratulations to Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence. But let me say this to Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence. Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence that Senate put him. She now peace ambassador. Maybe she needs to focus on pushing for the Senate to be. She now peace ambassador. Maybe she needs to focus on encouraging the house, both houses to be audited, especially the Senate. Maybe she should start from there. Then she want for peace to be in the nation. She want reconciliation. Let's start from there. She's the leader now of the Senate. I want to openly challenge Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence to call for the Senate to be audited. I want to push that. I want for her to push that agenda. And they want change, and they want to rescue the country. And about chair then stole, and other people then stole, and they're bringing other people. Let Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence welcome the idea. Anyone new thing? Look, Mr. Kanye, we're bringing the discussion now. We're getting very, 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 very political now in the discussion. Let my Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, she finally is the Senate pro tem. Let her push the agenda. Let her first mission. I want to encourage her today. Let her first mission be for the Senate to be audited. Can she push for that? They're going around the opinion what they will do. We agree that the men were role in the Senate. We agree that they pass money, they pass budget, and they stole money. Let's agree to all of that. We agree. We have come with a rescue team. Can Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence? I'm saying it again. And I'm hoping that Liberians will push those of you women who are advocates, those of you women who mean well for Liberia, those of you women who support Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, those of you women who love Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, I beg you, I want you to send a message to Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence. Instead of talking all the different things she's talking, no start for auditing the Senate. Can she push for that? And then the same thing go to Fanati Kofa. I want to openly ask Fanati Kofa to please welcome the audit of the lower house, the House of Representatives. Look, we want transparency and accountability, Mr. Kanye. Can we start from there first? No, we start from in the House. Let's call for auditing of the House. You don't need to wait for the president for that. Let's start from there. Let's change this country. Let's move this country forward. Let's rescue this country. Let's start with that mantra. Let's start with those small things. Calling for the audit. So, Mr. Kanye, you know, those are the things that I see, and I know that the Unity Party playing games. And part of the reason why they withdrew that also because of the push of the CDC, that if they continue and proceed with this particular case, the CDC were going to repel, revolt, and push the agenda that they were not going to be seated to get Joseph Boakai inaugurated next week. So they put fear in them. So they bounce back.
So I couldn't agree more. You know, when I said why you decided to talk about this, some people think maybe it is because of Darius Dillon. You know, I don't want you to talk about him publicly. That is not the reason. For those of you who are confused, somebody even insulting me, calling me names. because I said why you decided to talk about it. And the reason I asked Steve, we have a lot of information, a whole lot. And we can decide which one to talk about at what time. And we talked about this particular one yesterday and decided that we're not going to talk about it in public right now because we have there's a lot of things going on, a whole lot going on. And sometimes we disclose some information at the right time. And Steve talking about it, the fact that we talked about it yesterday, that we're not going to talk about it in public, he's going to talk about it now. That's why I asked him why he decided to talk about it. Not because it's directly long. It's because the way we process our information. So it's not about DeLong. It could be anybody. Once we say, let's table this for now, let's talk about this one, let's talk about that one. And then if something changed, he decided to talk about it now. That's part of our discussion. That's why I asked him why. However, he already let it out. Maybe there are more details that he's not going to talk about, but it was not because I wanted to cover directly long or trying to, make it look like this one is better than other people who can talk about in public. We can talk about him now. So that's not the reason. So Steve, going back to this whole lawsuit, I know United Party decided to withdraw this case now to avoid the distraction, or that could also potentially create some distraction from the inauguration. It could you have the potential of stopping Joseph Boakai from being inaugurated, because you must have the House of Representatives to host, the induction into office of a president. So if Fanatic Kofa are going to be questionable, and Boffa Chima is no longer in the picture, Fanatic Kofa is currently the Speaker of the House. So questioning the legitimacy of Fanatic Kofa will have also put a blockade on the inauguration of Joseph Boakai. So now, if they are doing this temporarily, we see this coming back after Joseph Boakai being inaugurated.
So, Mr. Kane, let me tell you this. Let me say this to the Labrampo. It will not come back. It will not come back. Let me tell you why it will not come back. First of all, the United Party, like I said, they've lost twice bigly. They put a foot in the mouth. Like you said, Fanatic Kofa is the one. Fanatic Kofa is the one that can tell them, folks, there is a sample to make Joseph Boakai to segment, seal, and so forth. Fanatic Kofa is in charge of that. Having in court to remove him means that they will have to push Joseph Boakai inauguration because they don't know when the court case will be over. Because you can have a questionable speaker that you are questioning, but that same speaker is coming to be the president to oversee your inauguration. What sense does that? You see it? So they put a point in the box. But here is where they're not going to continue to proceed with it. They will work with Fanatic Kofa and they will work with Thomas Fala. Joseph Boakai worked with Thomas Fala before. Now, not today. Joseph Boakai knows Thomas Fala. Thomas Fala has been chairman of Ways and Means Community in your house. And you know who they made chairman of Ways and Means in the Senate? Prince Moïse.
Yeah.
You think it's coincidental? It's not coincidental. It's well planned. It's all calculated and orchestrated. Let me say to the Labrampo, and we told you, don't vote anything, Joe. Don't vote anything United Party, and you say you agree, you'll fall down inside. The other fall down inside, when you fall down inside, it's too big. It's too big for you. Those boys will teach your sense. They will teach you. No. And Mr. Kane, the way the guys want to do this thing, they want to do it on us. The same way how they used to do it during early time, but this time they want to push it diplomatically. So they remove Thomas Fala. But Thomas Fala then still control everything though. But people, you're brace yourself, yeah? You're brace yourself. Your corner is out.
What say you, man? What say you? I think we receive a video.
Yeah.
That we're going to be playing. So,
my only thing I want to
I like the video, make me laugh. I like not because Moses Steve.
my only thing I want to say before I leave Mr. Kane is this. My only thing I want to say is this, folks. Let me say this to you. You know, Liberians, we are hard to learn. Very, very hard to learn. I really feel sorry. But at the stage where we are now, the place where we are now, let me announce it to you again. Unfortunately, I don't want to be the person to say this, but you will miss where we are. I don't support you here. You will miss where we are. You're coming to yeah, Pepe. You're coming to you. And we are, and I want to say this to Yaga though. And I say Yaga man, bounce around. And I say Yaga man, go meet Joseph Bagai, man, do this, man, do that. There is no formal enemy. Unity Party people say go after him. And yeah.
What happened? You went to meet Joseph Bagai?
Yeah, you know meet Jesus there.
No. I'm asking you now. That's what happened.
Yeah, and the man pronounced that you were going to meet Joseph Bagai.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's okay. I mean, we don't want to see fight. We want to see. I mean, he's the one going back and forth. Whatever he decided to do, we are just watching.
There is no. Let me say this: meeting with the president or the president-elect is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. And you get met with Joey. All I'm saying, my people, is, and Mr. Kane, I don't know if you welcome them, but I want to welcome them. All those who are on a disenchantment bench, those of you who will be disappointed, disenchanted, frustrated, mad, pissed off because you didn't get a job you wanted, all the shouting you were doing, you were causing us, and we told you that we'll welcome you back. SKTV welcome. And SKTV welcomes you back, and we still because yes, SKTV told you before that Jesus and Muhammad are people in our own SKTV. So with our arm open to everybody, we can welcome everybody. We're going to the good, the bad, and ugly. So folks, we'll be welcoming a couple of our disinternet men and Christians and who caught us before. They will be coming by, and we got open arms to welcome them. Yo, thank you. We'll join you tomorrow program. Is okay?
All right. I'll see you later.
Yes, sir.
So the video that we're about to play, I haven't played, but I can see that the video originated from Spoon Network. So we're gonna play it. It's not our video, but we'll play it for the purpose, for our viewing audience. So Brazilian Monk, is that a video with the container?
Yeah. Okay. And nobody was in that video. I mean, in that truck, it was just plowing down the street. I think people's cars got destroyed and a whole lot of stuff. It just tell you a lot about public safety and how we take things over there, because I don't know where a loose truck would just
that's exactly. I want you to talk about it a little bit so before I can play. So because people get confused because I just saw the truck going. I don't even know.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those Google self-driving car. Like since when we started having self-driving car in Liberia, but
how can that truck be self-driving car? Hold on. All right, let me play. Let's play that video here. Oh, but somebody
is moving and no one is in the vehicle and is holding. The car is moving and no one is in the vehicle and is holding. Seriously?
Wow.
Can you imagine? That's a semi. that's an 18-wheeler. Just break loose out of nowhere, man.
What?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, more than scary, man.
Wow. So yes, you know, the conversation that we're having before Steve came. The reason why I did not stop Steve from speaking about what we want to speak, because today is what's on your mind. I would have guided him to say, hey, my man, that's not what we're talking about right now. Let's talk about the particular subject we're discussing. But when you say what's on your mind, everybody is at liberty to say whatever they want to say. And the information Steve brought here, it may sound like a joke to some people, but these are very big information. Dillon was just nominated to be the chairperson on foreign affairs. So if that person having some threat of sanction, that is a big deal. But Mong and sorry, you guys have something to say about that. If not, I will start to take some calls.
Well, just before you can take the call, I just want to reinforce this message about the impact of the diaspora and things that we are capable of doing over there. I tell people, if you live, it's not only in America, whether you're in any industrialized country or anywhere around the world, at some point in time, you don't stay forever in the diaspora. People go back home. The reason we don't see a mass exodus happening in Liberia because the conditions are not favorable. Sekou, when you go to Ghana, you will get pissed. You will be like, why would African Americans choose to make this place their home when this is a British colony? Ghana is a British colony. In terms of historical ties, Liberia is supposed to be more closer to the US as compared to Ghana. But why would the average American investor or individual would choose to go and live in Ghana? Because people are putting their country first. And that's the stage I want for our people to realize that this thing we do on SKTV is not about politics. In as much as some of us will have preference when it comes to political leader, but it's about the country. The country is not making progress. We are 176, going to almost 200 years now. We cannot be a laughing stock to the rest of Africa. And the only way we can change the trajectory is that we change the way we do things. And then we start with the consolidated effort from people in the diaspora. And the SKTV platform could be a perfect conduit to start getting the ball rolling. You talk about people being able to vote. You're talking about voter education. You're talking about forming a pressure group that will coalesce around certain lawmakers with the same ideology for to do something better. Because, look, sending full money, helping your friend here and there, paying school fees, is not the end to it. Liberia is far bigger than that. Yeah, we might be an economic force in the diaspora because of the proximity. I mean, I wouldn't say proximity, but because of the opportunities in terms of job. But at the end of the day, people will want to go back home. Maybe some of our children here will want to go back to the home of their parents. What platform are you laying for the future that you can say, you know what? It's about time for me to call it quit in America. I've been here 10, 15, 20 years. It's about time for me to go and make some meaningful contribution back home. You want to see certain structure in place, and it has nothing to do in politics. One party might be in power today, but at the end of the day, these political leaders will come and go. It's Liberia that will be staying forever. So we need to start the ball rolling, and we talk about subscription. Simple thing of a subscription. You come here every day. Yesterday, just because we're off, I think, of 1 or 2 hours, the calls started coming in. President Mo, you ain't coming on today? I'm like, yeah, we'll come on. But what are you doing to keep people to make people to come on this year?
More, not to cut you. Speaking of that, you know, because we came on late yesterday, one of the big supporter of SKTV actually contacted me. Oh, you guys didn't come on today until we did. In fact, as I was not even planning to come on, but our guys in Liberia, they wanted us to actually raise funds to get them prepared for the program in coming up, the inauguration. So, but we came on, but you know, we know a lot of people to contribute. There were people on, but not a lot of people to contribute. And the person said, well, I will do my contribution. So when we came on today, that person sent us $100 and said, don't call my name. That's my contribution for SKTV guys to get prepared for the inauguration so we can watch it. See, but how many people like that we have? Yesterday we always say we get $20, you get $10, whatever you get. Few people did. But how many people we can have on here before people contribute? Right now, I'm looking at 820 people on different channels. I don't know what you see. But if we have 820 people here, even if everybody get $10, that's $800. $10. But we take our time every day to come here to educate people, to bring information to people, to inform you about things that you need to know about your country. But the courage to also motivate is now with everybody. There are people that we can never stop thanking them. But how many are they? So before we go anywhere, I'm going to talk to Cyrus, but somebody sent us a video that saying that Joseph Boakai slept doing an interview. I don't know how it happened, but we have the video uploaded. Cyrus, you want me to play it before you talk, or you want to say something before we play it?
So, Mr. Kane, let me just add to what Monk said. Mr. Kane, the thing is, the time is now into our diaspora and Liberians. Like we said, one of the way your voices can go across this country through education is through the radio. This is the time that you use SKTV to be your own. This is the time that SKTV you can use SKTV, bring radio, TV in this country that all diaspora Liberians can take the airway and educate our people. This is the time that we start the revolution. Because the thing is, Liberia is going down the drain day by day. Like Monk said, if you go Ghana has Mandana, Ghana has KFC, Ghana has Uber, Ghana has Taxify. The people have different American service. And Liberia is the traditional ally to America. Liberia should be that place. Liberia has the beautiful historical sites. But why? It's because our leaders. And you're not going to live in America forever. You can't go to Ghana and have the freedom you have in Liberia when you retire and come back home. You'll never have that freedom. This is the time that we start the revolution. This is the time you support the process. And let's make Liberia a better place. We can't keep sitting right here and keep saying it over and over every other time and allow these leaders. For the fact that the leader depends on diaspora Liberians to contribute to the economy every year, diaspora Liberians contribute immensely to the economy. So this is the time the people say they have a saying that put your mouth to where your money is. And this is the time that you start to take action because you put your money here a lot. Whether you like it or not, you will still send money to Liberia because you have your family here, you have whoever, you have your siblings here. You have to do it. So yeah, Mr. Cannon, this is just what I wanted to add to what my big brother said.
While you were talking, somebody sent $10. One of the usual donors sent $10, and I saw somebody also send $40 to Zelle. The $10 came to Cash App. You know, I like to record these things for the sake of transparency to make our people know that yes, whenever we receive something, we got to let you know. So yes, the video that they sent to us that Joseph Boakai was sleeping, I'm not sure when this interview was done, but you know, when people send us video they want us to play, we have to play for our people. So here's the video. We were told that Joseph Boakai was actually off and on, sometimes sleep and then get back. Let me see. I think this is like only 24-second video. I think somebody tried to wake him up. So I don't know what's happening there, but I mean, it is what it is. Brazilian monk, my man was
So
sleeping.
sad.
The people were sleeping during
It's
the
so
interview.
sad.
So what happened, man? What's going on with this whole sleeping? I don't think this sleeping thing or Joseph Barker is a news.
No, it's
I
nothing
think
new.
we should just let it thing go because Joseph Barker sleeping Benin is now news.
It's part of the. It's part of
the man was
it ain't worth the news story.
yeah, the man was sleeping, he got elected. The man was in the hospital, he got elected. The man went through everything. The people say even the man is in something the way he led the man.
Yeah.
So they think I don't think it worth.
It's not worth. It's not worth the coverage.
Huh? Because it has nothing, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, people already know that. People already know the men are sleepy. You know, I perfectly can find that sleepy poyo.
Sleeping point.
I don't sleepy poyo, sleepy poyo. So whatever that is. But then something, since this is what's on your mind, something else on my mind. Yeah. So Sarah, since we last spoke, people are, you know. Yeah, people have actually sent somebody sent $20, $25 to Diesel again. And then Cash App, let me see. Yeah, $25, yeah, $25 to Zelle after the $40. So, you know, something I saw, and we were told that the reason behind it, you know, the last time we said here that Prophet Key is supposed to be the cultural ambassador of the Joseph Barker government. Why are you laughing at my man? Let me get my news.
Mega sue.
So Prophet Key is supposed to be the cultural ambassador of the Republic of Liberia under Joseph Barker government. Now, Joseph Barker people, then they know that they are indebted to this guy, that they have to give the man the job. If not, the Joseph Barker power cost will be loading. And all the people that are around Joseph Barker. So what they did now, they encourage Julian Andy to go and sue Prophet Key in Liberia for $5 million. Where Prophet Key gonna get $5 million from? So it was meant purpose. I gotta answer this call, it's very important. So Sarah, take over in a second.
Oh, that breaking news! I saw that article yesterday. That Prophet Key was sued for $5 million for Liberia and slander from the sitting or existing cultural ambassador. So we see how it plays out. Maybe there was a political move, but because I don't know why would Julie Andy choose to to sue Prophet Key for $5 million. I don't know. So. But anyway, like I said, some of these things they are happening. I mean, they will keep happening because it's just drama. It's all distraction. Whether the fanatic over issue, the Prophet Key issue, these are all political ploy. If you understand the game, you know exactly what's happening. So it should be nothing new. Maybe Prophet Key might not be on board, and this is just a way of snapping him off as one of the contenders.
Yeah. Yes, I was just about to say that as well. So I mean, like, for me, I see it from a different perspective. I think it's just a way to get him off the entire picture because obviously we know that when Peregi doesn't have this job, and Peregi is very expectant. He actually won this job. He's not playing, even though we say a lot of things. We keep posting his video, and we will oppose it. But I'll tell you this for free: Prophet Key is expecting. So if Prophet Key doesn't get this job, he will definitely come back at the Joseph Boakai government. Especially, we all know his normal routine. So maybe for me, from my perspective, I think that's another way to get him off, like you said. That's another way just to slap him off the entire process, and and other distractions. So, but I trust Prophet Key. I know the man will come back. This is something that I know that he will definitely come back.
Well, but the fact of the matter is, even if he will come back, he will slow down for now because they wanted him to think that there's a legitimate way they could have gotten him off the list, but he will figure it out that, you know what, this is a political move, and maybe he was never the favorite for that position anyway. So it was just speculation and something that he himself created. So we'll see what will happen next in response to the whole lawsuit, because you're talking about slander in Libya. That's something that's very hard to prove in court, in as much as a more of a civil lawsuit, but we will see. But that was a smart move, just keep the prophet quiet. But I know the prophet, he will come back with something, he'll figure it out, and he will know exactly what this move is all about. But the people that voted in, the people that invested heavily in this government, they are the one that will worry about that. For some of us who are on the opposite side, we could care less about.
Yeah, but so Monk, why do they have to go through political means to deny the guy? Why they can just tell him, we can do that.
The man, I told you guys, the man who's leading this rescue train is a skillful politician.
Yeah.
He knows how to play a game. He uses proxies to do his dirty work. You see, Bwaka, I told you, the thing is, like, for me, I follow the old man. I have a lot of regard for him. Culturally, we respect older people. But when it comes to politics, that's Bwaka mantra. Bwaka is noted for being quiet. So when Bwaka ready to play dirty deeds, he used other people to do his dirty work, to do his bidding. You saw it within the CPP. You saw it within the Madam Salif administration. Even they had a call with the Fanatic Kofa stuff, and you see it now with Julie. And it's just the trend. When he want to get something daily done, he used one of his proxies, and then they can go and do the work for him. Why would Julie in your Simon waste hot time to go super for Libya? It can only come from the people who are making this appointment, and that's their way of getting rid of Prophet Key, so he cannot be a contender. Because if you make the lawsuit, maybe it's a distraction, and then you say, okay, maybe if they didn't give me the job I was expecting, okay, that's fair game. But no, it's not fair game. It was a political move just to get you off the.
So I mean, you think this is even meant to stop him from going to Liberia?
I won't say it will stop him from going to Liberia because it's a whole different administration. I mean, the situation with Georgia, people want to believe that something bad will happen to Prophet Key. An individual may attack Prophet Key, but I don't think we will want to go in as much as Prophet Key.
I don't think we will do anything.
We will not go that route. So Prophet Key is welcome to go to Liberia anytime. I don't know how other citizens might react. Maybe he might get physically attacked because somebody might get mad, like the Queen Johnson of the world, the one that cannot control their feelings and their emotion. Somebody could hit him with something or attack him physically, but when it comes to the government level, I don't think we will want to waste the time.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Especially when we are already going out.
Yeah, when he's already on his way out, why would you want to go after a man that been insulting you for 6 years? I don't know. He wouldn't want that. It's a waste of time.
So Joseph Boakai, but then Joseph Boakai will not. Do you think this will save him from the man and power cost?
I don't know
if they did not Prophet Key in this manner, but but
Mr. Karen, in any way they did not Prophet Key, it can save the old man, because Prophet Key will definitely come back. That's something that we should know. You all the University folks, you will come back for Yombly and all these people. You will definitely come back, and we know him.
Before nobody knows that. Yombly must talk about that in the past. Prophet Key, people pay for Yombly before.
Oh yeah. The thing about the insult, I don't think the insult is going to start. The only thing I'll be looking forward to and monitoring maybe will be the intensity, because you got two different kind of a leadership. I don't know, but because Prophet Key went that route before, there are videos. I think you share one of those videos where he ran a tirade against President-elect Joseph Nyeman Boakai. So when he's in power, being the sitting president, I don't think the insult will start. I just think the intensity will be much different as compared to.
But then what happened to the rescue children? Are they still going to be following and paying Prophet Key money?
Oh, we'll see what will happen. They will have to. They have to. They have to stick to their commitment. even though they will, like you said, on a couple of days ago, or a few occasions on this network, you said the first major opposition will come from those that will be left out. So that group, I know they'll be roughing the Project Key off as quickly as possible to start the Mancos, because yeah, concerning the Mancos, those people will be the first to visit Project Key to start the war against the incoming administration. That you can guarantee for sure. The one that will be left out, the one that have high expectation in terms of jobs and reward, that will be left on the short end of the scale. So they will run to Project Key as fast as possible, and they will be there in no time. They will be the first group to start the friendly fire before the opposition even gets started.
So who's gonna sue who next now? Tell do you know the party now introduced they suing politics? From suing Prophet to suing Fanatic Kuba. Who else? Who next gonna be sued? SKTV? Maybe SKTV gonna be sued next. What do you think, Charles? Is Brazilian going to be on the list?
Yeah. Maybe they could sue me as well.
Yeah. So,
Who
Peter
knows?
Juma Jala. I was suing for attacking Steve all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody in our sue business that we all should get involved. You get to be sue,
Yeah, they will sue Yeke, sure. Already, president-elect office, according to Yeke, you don't want to be bothered with Yeke, so they'll definitely get sue Yeke.
Yeah. The court can be rich.
Yeke was the first target. Maybe they might use the same means. You see, that's why Steve said it the last time. You don't want to write nothing off from these guys, because if they're going to ostracize Yeke this early, they're able to do something in the house. They can use funds. I mean, the president will be having unlimited amount of money, especially when you pass the budget. He's able to go and bribe people. So Yeke too, he's not off limit. He could be within the range. If they can go against Fanatic Kofa and Yeke, who is seen at this early stage as a vocal critic, in as much as he invested heavily in the elections of President Joseph Newman Boaka, then who knows what might happen next? Because the lawsuit, they just one testament. They're going after even the Wall Stage Prophet that was kind of for pushing their message all across social media. So nobody is off limit. Everybody's within range. Joseph Boaka can strike you from anywhere, anytime. So just get ready for the unexpected if you are the one from SKTV2 is within the crosshair. So we can say, because they will be like, we got this particular network that want to shine the spotlight on our incoming administration. So we got a taste with the Prince Johnson, certain people you cannot criticize, and there will be people, I said it before, Joseph Boaka may not be the one directly involved in censoring SKTV, but there will be elements, there will be people who will not live with the fact that there is a particular network on the radio that will be holding Joseph Boaka feet to the fire, and they will find any kind of means possible. So everything is within the realm of possibility. Nothing is off the table.
So anybody can be sued right now.
Yeah.
So even my begin Golden Heart can be sued, because Golden Heart can be attacking the people now.
No, Golden Heart, I personally will sue Golden Heart for not respecting my office as his boss. So that one is something I would do.
Okay. I will sue Eugenia for always coming late on the show.
Yeah.
Eugenia will be first on that list. I will sue her for coming late on the show all the time, for missing plenty show. Yeah. This will be enough of one. Julie Andy sue Perfect Key. Come on now.
$5 million. But I'm sure Perfect Key got money.
Where Perfect Key got
but Mr. Khan, the rescue children, they raised a lot of money for Perfect Key. They may change his car, they may using BMW X.
Yeah,
X3, so they may
they might turn against him when you start to latch Pape Mara.
No, the thing about Julie any lawsuit is not the fact that she filing a lawsuit against Perfect Key. It's just the amount that she requested in damage.
Yeah.
$5 million, and it gets a testament that Wall Street Prophet don't even come closer. I get what it means. Don't even come.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. So I went somewhere. I went somewhere to buy food, right? So back when you come from Liberia, suing business, we didn't know it was about money. Because in Liberia, you can just sue people, just want them to go to jail. So you can sue people just because they listen to you, you want them to be, punished by the law. So I went to buy something. This lady here, she kind of threw the food at me. So I kind of blasted her. And then, after doing everything that I wanted to do with her, express myself the way I did. So the woman was talking, I tell her, say, it made you first go sue me. She said, why am I going to sue you? You broke ass nigga. He said, you got no money, man. What am I going to sue you for? So then for them, suing business for money business. So the lady told me, say, what am I sue you for? Oh, I must sue you? You got no money. So they can sue people for money. But how will you sue Prophet Key for 5 million when Prophet Key, depending on the same people then that are suing him now, to back out for him, to buy cell phone for him, to pay his rent? You sue the man for 5 million. So the lady look at me and say, me, I got no money for her to sue me for. She look at me, I say, but wait now. She just look at me because I'm a black person. Or she just look at me the way I look. And she say, I ain't got money for her to sue me for. So the woman can look at me and say, I ain't got no money for her to sue me. How can Julie Annie look at Prophet Key and go sue her? And that time, I had, a couple of trucks running that time on me. And I was big man that time. I was operation manager for one trucking company here. So the woman look at me and says, she can sue me. You can't get no money. So now you the one now go sue Prophet Key for 5 million. Where Prophet Key gonna get that money from? So I learned Kefasan was going to go to court. I don't even know what kind of court he's going to, but Kefasan got plenty of money. $20,000 used to come to him every month. When he tell I want to Kefasan, he can be laughing.
Kefasan going to court for what? On the same story from Liberia about the stuff?
No, I hear say Kefasan talk about Fallujah. I don't know. Is it Fallujah was?
Fallujah.
Fallujah's fallen. Fallujah was under control. Something like that. Something was Fallujah. I don't know what I was, but
I know what I was, man.
Yeah. So I learned that Kefasan, was sued, but somebody said it's not true. But somebody credible told me that the lawsuit was him. I'm not sure. Yeah, but whatever the suit is, the suit building now, Judo Baga bring into Liberia now. Me, I'm coming to sue Judo Baga for sleeping on an interview. How about that? Yeah, that's suing. You can give me opportunity to be sleeping.
National security risk.
Yeah, that's national security risk. For putting our country, for exposing our country to danger. Lawsuit coming for you, man. This Sui come to Liberia. Liberia, we can overdo things. when they say do something, we will sue. You will say, single candidate, you will sue Joseph Parker for sleeping, for posing national security danger to Liberia. How about Liberian people getting together say they go to sue Joseph Parker for lying to them? When you went to say, you're coming to meet with Liberian people to tell them thank you. And later on, he said, no. That's why I came here to come for my medical thing. So they can sue the medical for lying. So, instead of suing Benin now, everybody can start suing everybody. Then I will not be surprised if I see one day Star Wars go to court and say, can we sue SKTV CEO for that thing they did right here. I will not be surprised, though. Goni, I will sue you. Goni, I will do a counter sue. Say you're not taking good care of us here. So Goni, I will go sue you too. Yeah. So I will sue Brazilian mom for always being, behind the scene. Yeah. because a lot of my friends they want to see Brazilian monk face because the man can articulate. The man is very smart, but they want to see the man face. So tell the man see his face, y'all go sue Brazilian monk.
And also put out lawsuit.
Yeah, that lawsuit will come down. Brazilian monk will be on cover.
Yeah, I will be.
Everything. Because and you almost see the man for 10 million.
Yeah. I know how much will be seeking in damage settlement. $5 million.
$5 million.
So that's a way to keep the prophet far away.
Yeah.
Very far away.
Anyway.
And I will sue the prophet for not having ear. So I'll sue him as well. So
man, don't be that kind of thing. Don't be that kind of thing. How you sue me for not having ear? You make an ear.
The guy get ear. I sue him. Man, there's no ear against you. I'm suing the prophet for not having ear.
Yeah, so President Monk and Saros, I mean, we already hit the 2 hours mark, so you guys can go ahead and. By the way, somebody came in instead of asking question why we're not on the radio. They decided to say, "Oh, Musa Belete took you off of his radio." I didn't want to respond to it, but sometimes some of these misinformation you have to answer them so that people can run with it. I hate to talk about these things. There's nothing wrong with Truth FM. They're having their own technical problems there. So if you're in Liberia there, if you listen to Truth FM, if they're on, and they're not on SKTV, then let us know. But Truth FM was not on yesterday, was not on today. And I know why. But it has nothing to do with our relationship. And yesterday, I told you guys, those of you who already pledged to be on the team for fundraiser for SKTV radio project, please inbox me. Please. If you can't inbox me directly, you can inbox SKTV or says here. Please do that. Because by next week, we're going to have the first meeting next week. Nothing going to stop this project. In fact, since we started to talk about it, we are getting a lot of people committing to support. So nothing will stop it, and we have to start it very soon. The sooner, the better. So for those of you who contributed to one person, I think two. Let me see. 2 people actually contributed to Zelle. Yeah, 2 people contributed to Zelle. $25, $40. And then to Cash App, 2 people or so. Yeah, $20 and $10. Yeah, so I want to say thank you to all of you for the support. Again, we still have a few days to the inauguration. Whatever you get to support our guys back there, we're going to buy data. And one thing that Sekou listed, the guy in Liberia, the thing that he listed, it's not that much, but we're going to need help to have them.
So Mr. Kane,
it's okay. You don't have to name anything. I just
okay.
Yeah. So we're just asking people to, whatever he listed, we have it. Those are our internal stuff. So we have to help. Whether people do it or not, we have to do it, right? But we just need helping hand, to take us across. So President Monk and Saros, you guys have the last word so we can get out of here for today.
Yes, so let me just go first. Mr. Kane, we are expecting tomorrow SKT will be at the grounds of the legislature So today, the representative staff was started another protest. They said they haven't still received their 2 months of extra sitting salaries and arrears, benefit, whatever it is. It's from the 54th legislature, and we all know government continuity. So tomorrow, according to them, there will be no session. There will be complete disruption of session. Both the house of the 55th
I thought
legislature,
they said they were fine.
they did that for the Senate staffer and the representative staffer haven't received theirs. So tomorrow, according to them, there will be no senator or representative entering the premises of the legislature, and they will continue this process. We don't know to how long. So, but if anything, SKTV will be on the ground. So let me say thank you to our SKTV followers. The reason SKTV is always here, whether you support or not, is because Liberian people are the most important people on earth, and Liberian women are the most beautiful women in the world.
So
And for this reason,
people are here because women are the most beautiful women.
because they are part of the reason Liberian people are the most important people, and Liberian women are the most. Though, it's like I get two reasons. Liberian women are the most.
You need to sue Steve and this guy for.
Yeah, that for that line. That line,
Yeah, for that line.
So I think this is the reason SKTV is always here. So continue to support SKTV in whatever way. And the thing is, the truth is, Liberians, we can't keep sitting. We here. Let's start the revolution. The time is now. No more time to waste. Whether you like it or not, you will send money back home. Why? Because you have your family here. And for this reason, this is the reason you now have to stand up. It started with Dr. Luther Martin King Jr. and today Martin Luther King Jr. and today black have right in America. A black man was a president, and so it can start with any of you in the diaspora. And SKTV has taken a lead. So continue to support SKTV and raise up. This is the time that we are deliver Liberia from the hands of all the corrupt cartel group, and we can keep sitting because this is the only country we have. You want to come back home, support this cause, and let me Liberia a better place. So thank you and keep following SKTV.
Okay. All right, President Monk.
Well, that much to say. I think Sarah said it all. We got one country, one patrimony. It's not about politics. SKTV, we want to set a new standard here. We cannot be propagating the information all the time. We need to do something on ground as well. And SKTV might likely be the conduit. And you spoke with Chairman Yato. He want to come and elaborate on that citizenship bill, the two versions of the bill. And we could start something from there. For me, I love Chairman Yato. I call him all the time. We're always communicating because he's never short on ideas. He always wants something. He's a progressive. He always got a new idea. He always comes up with something that's a bigger picture. So that's why I hang around him a lot. And when he comes to SKTV, I know he won't fail to deliver. And from there, we can see what we can do as a people in the diaspora, because this thing is approaching tipping point. Liberia is going down the drain. Unfortunately, just too many people cannot see what's happening in the country, because for them, they're seeing Liberia from a political lens. We are talking about an improvement, and we're looking at it from the idea that the country can become better than what it is right now. And it's becoming a disgrace and a shame to be called Liberian, because our country is sinking so fast that you don't want to go among other nationals and even say you're Liberian, because the question is, where do you start the argument from? Everybody is making progress. People that used to look forward to Liberia for better living and better life, that used to see that country as a city on the hill, all of a sudden today we are at the bottom. That even Sierra Leone and the Guinea, for Ghana, but we're not even in the same league. I don't let them mention Ghana. When we want to compare Liberia, we're talking about people like Guinea or Sierra Leone. Ghana is on a whole different level.
We see something of breaking news here.
Oh, yeah? But then go to breaking news before getting part.
No. I mean, it says Central not going to go to jail now until they forwarded the date up to April instead of January 31st to April 29th. So he must surrender himself by January 31st. Now we are seeing some documentation that's saying that he has been moved to 12 p.m. on April 29, 2024. Man, what happened? We lost.
Yeah, I think that happened. I think that's good news for him. Almost like kicking the can down the road,
Yeah, maybe eventually he might not go to jail.
Yeah, so who knows? That American
I mean,
justice
you never
system
know,
can
man.
produce-
Let me tell you something. Anywhere around the world, money can talk.
Morning talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah,
You need to talk, and maybe prayer too.
yeah.
Maybe prayers,
Prayer
money,
works. But
prayer
I
can
would say the
work,
judges.
money. That's even all those, all those character witnesses, documentation, people extending all the kind of thing. And the more is extended,
The more you buy yourself
the
time
more
to be
time you will
patient.
have to do more prayer, to offer more prayer, the more time you will have to, a lot of, charity, humanitarian work in Liberia and anywhere as well. So whatever it is, good luck to him.
Yep.
But this is not bad news for him at all.
That's good news for him. I mean,
But
buy his time to
the only thing is, once you have the stigma, once you have something, once you have something of that nature, on your record, that stigma remains. But the most important thing for him is not to go to jail. Even going to jail, he's supposed to go for 25-year jail and will reduce to 4-year plus, and we don't know. And what I think is possible is he will, you will have that stigma forever. Whether or not he will go to jail, that we don't know. But from where it stands right now, my question is, extending the day for you to surrender, whether that will also impact the sentencing time frame, because if the sentencing will start when he goes to jail, or it will start the day he was sentenced. I don't know what it is, but whatever the case is, sentence was should be a happy man right now. Yeah, Monk, so if you have nothing else, that we can call it a day.
Yep, we can call it a day. I think we cover a lot of grounds today, and we will look forward to the next day, into the weekend.
Yeah. So thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, and thank you to those. So, like I said, those of you who actually wants to participate in the radio project fundraiser, please reach out to us. We're going to have our first meeting next week. I want to make sure everybody is part of it. We have a lot of discussion to include whatever means you can contribute or you can participate in the process. If we should also, talk about partnership, whatever shape, partnership, ownership, and whatever shape you want to be a part of, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Saros. Will be here tomorrow. But yeah, myself will talk after the show, okay? So, folks, thank you. We really love you guys. And thank you, everybody, for your support. See you tomorrow.